Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel. So about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history, guys. And in this video, man, we're going to talk about the big three of the LA Clippers got blown off the court last night. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Another terrible debut from the Clippers' big three of Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, and Bradley Beal. Three clowns, man, that I have no respect for these dudes, man. I told you, I respect Kawhi Leonard's game. I respect what he could do when he was Kawhi Leonard. That was a long time ago, though, man. I told you, we ain't seen Kawhi Leonard since 2017, since Zaza Pachulia destroyed his knee. I don't want to hear about that 2019 run. That was not Kawhi Leonard, man. That man played 60 games or whatever he played. He looked master that championship. Great for him, man. Great run in the playoffs. But to me, Kawhi Leonard ain't been the same since 2017. But we're going to talk about the big three of the LA Clippers because they got blown off the court last night by the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz beat them by 21. 21 points. 129 to 108. I again beat by guys like Kessler and Markkanen. I mean, my goodness, the Utah Jazz were the worst team last year. They were one of the worst teams last season, guys. Terrible last year. They were supposed to be one of the worst teams this year. And they destroyed the Clippers. They didn't beat the Clippers. They destroyed them. And where was the defense from the Clippers at? They looked confused out there at times. No defense. They looked, like I said, they didn't even been practicing because Kawhi Leonard's too busy stealing money and doing commercials. Same thing with James Harden and Bradley Beal. These guys are clowns. We're going to talk about this video. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states that's been supporting my channel. Once again, you guys know, I am truly humbled, man. Much respect to all the true basketball fans out there that continue to stand up and roll with me. Thank you very much, guys. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, I wanted to talk about these clowns from the LA Clippers, man. The big three from the LA Clippers. Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, Bradley Beal. This is the most skilled era of all time. These guys could destroy any other era, man. Imagine, remember, James Harden's the greatest scorer of all time, according to someone like Daryl Morey. The greatest scorer in the history of the game, James Harden. And last night, that big three of those three clowns, because that's what they are. Make no mistakes about it, guys. Kawhi Leonard's a clown, all right? I know some of you guys are Kawhi Leonard fans, but I don't know how you guys could be a Kawhi Leonard fan. Like I said, you guys are thinking about Kawhi Leonard from a long time ago, man. Kawhi Leonard ain't been that dude in years. Like I said, to me, Kawhi Leonard's always been kind of a diva. Remember, when he was on the Spurs, he was crying and, you know, he wouldn't communicate with guys like Tim Duncan and he wouldn't talk to the David Robinsons or the Greg Popovich. You know, he was speaking through his uncle, right? And we see how that's been working out for him. It didn't really work out too good for Kawhi Leonard, right? I told you. Kawhi Leonard's out here doing cyborg commercials for New Balance. It's an absolute joke, dude. So Kawhi Leonard is so far from tough, so far from a cyborg, laughable. That commercials become laughable now. For them to say, oh, he's a cyborg, and they base off his personality. He's a cyborg because he has no emotion. Not because he's tough. Not because he's durable. Not because he's gritty. None of this stuff, which you would associate with a cyborg, that's not Kawhi Leonard, man. Kawhi Leonard's like a cyborg that's made of material that can't get wet, right? It rains and all of a sudden the machinery breaks down. He's like the Tin Man. I told you he needs to oil his joints and all this other stuff. That's him. You know, when we talk about James Harden, another clown out here who got no heart. He's the cowardly lion. He's got no heart, James Harden. He ain't got no grit. James Harden's not a winner, guys. He's a loser, James Harden. Loser. All right? I don't care about these guys' money. Some people think these guys are successful because they're rich and they got money and they're professional basketball. That don't make you successful. James Harden's a loser to me, man, a straight loser. I don't care how rich he is. I would never want to be that dude. I would never want to live his life. And like I said, if that was my son, if that was my brother, anyone, I'd be embarrassed to be related to James Harden, to know that dude. That dude's a straight clown. Remember, he's a reflection of his family, all this stuff. Straight clown. He's a reflection of the environment he grew up in. All this stuff. I don't know what he's representing. Straight nonsense. And then you got Bradley Beal. I mean, when you talk about three of the corniest dudes ever, three of the lamest dudes ever, over the last 5 years or so, I don't think anything can beat this trio. I mean, Bradley Beal is a lame dude, man. And Bradley Beal is completely, like, think about it. Bradley Beal gonna get in the Hall of Fame one day, probably. And Bradley Beal, I can name a bunch of guys that are better than Bradley Beal, man. I don't want to hear about numbers and these accolades, these cheesy accolades these guys get in this weak era, man. I mean, it's really sad. Is John Wall in the Hall of Fame? I think John Wall was better than Bradley Beal. I know they played together for this year. I'll give me John Wall. Like I told you, my star mine was better than Bradley Beal. He ain't in the Hall of Fame. Larry Nance better than Bradley Beal. He ain't in the Hall of Fame. Sean Kemp was much greater than Bradley Beal. He ain't in the Hall of Fame. Tom Chambers better than Bradley Beal. He not in the Hall of Fame. There's a lot of guys, man, not in the Hall of Fame that are better than someone like Bradley Beal. But he'll probably get in just off the strength of this weak era that they keep promoting. All these guys are Hall of Famers now. Right? It's weird stuff to me. Like I said, there's so many guys that are not in the Hall of Fame that should be in the Hall of Fame that you have to kind of open the door if you're going to put some of these clowns in. But anyway, last night, the Clippers got blown to court in Utah, opening night, and they don't even look prepared for opening night. So way to go for Ty Lue and the Clippers. Someone like Kawhi Leonard, who's not a leader, right? Not a leader, Kawhi Leonard. Never a leader, Kawhi Leonard. Never a leader, guys. Yeah, he might have played on the court and maybe, leading with play on the court. But that dude in the locker room, that dude in the huddle, that dude, who's in Kawhi Leonard? Kawhi Leonard? And I said, the dude is soft as hell. You can't be a leader when you're never there. You're never there. How are you going to lead people? What did Michael Jordan say, guys? I never told my teammates to do something that I wasn't willing to do, that I wasn't doing, leading by example. Kawhi Leonard cannot lead by example because he can't play. So how are you going to lead by example when you can't practice, you can't play back-to-backs, you got to rest all the damn time? So the big three that the Clippers had, remember, the Clippers had aspirations this year. And everything kind of got weird with the Kawhi Leonard news and the money that they supposedly paid him when he didn't, whatever. Just a bunch of weird stuff coming out. But the Clippers are supposed to be title contenders, I thought. They're supposed to be one of the top teams. When you talk about Bradley Beal, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard. Everybody keeps talking to me about James Harden. Everybody keeps talking to me about Kawhi Leonard. Oh, Kawhi Leonard's good. Kawhi Leonard's not good, guys. Kawhi Leonard used to be good. I told you guys, Kawhi Leonard ain't been good in years. He on the court now. He just on the court. No more impact from Kawhi Leonard. And he doesn't even look like he cares. That's kind of how I get from Kawhi Leonard. Like I say, he's more interested in... Excuse me, guys. Something in my throat. He's more interested... Kawhi Leonard trying to take me out, man. Kawhi, you trying to poison me, man? Whatever, guys. So anyway, let's go through this now. Let's think about some of what these guys did last night. And once again, shout out to the Utah Jazz for going out there and balling like that. They had great team movement, chemistry. The assists, too. The shots that they made was amazing. I mean, they had like 30 assists, I think, or something like that. Or 30-some assists on like 49 made baskets, like 30-some. I mean, it was an excellent ball movement. Everybody getting involved. Like I said, they were led by this dude, Cody Kessler, I think his name is. The big man there. I think he was like 7 for 7 at one point. And Laurie Marketing, these are their main guys. But like I said, last year, they were terrible last year. Utah Jazz has been bad for several years now. And for them to blow the Clippers out in opening night, like I said, it's only one game. But then it wasn't like they beat the Clippers like 129 to, 120 or something like that. And, they lost the game. Utah Jazz went home. They got blown out, guys. It wasn't even close. So, combined, the big three of Beal, Harden, and Kawhi Leonard, they combined to go 10 for 26 from the field. 10 for 26 from the field. And 4 for 18 from three-point range. 4 for 18 from three-point range. Kawhi Leonard 1 for 5. James Harden 2 for 9, which is typical James Harden stuff. 2 for 9, that's a typical James Harden performance. James Harden was 5 for 12. Typical James Harden stuff. I give James Harden some credit. He only had 2 turnovers, which is really light for James Harden, even though he had 11 assists. Normally, when James Harden has 11 assists, he's going to have about 5 turnovers in that game. So the fact that he only had 2 is great for James Harden, but I think it has more to do with the fact that, he didn't play as many minutes as he probably normally would because it was a blowout game. And Bradley Beal went 2 for 5, went 1 for 4 from three-point range. So he took 5 shots and 4 of them were threes. James Harden took 12 shots and 9 of them were threes. Kawhi Leonard took 9 shots, 5 of them were threes. These guys are weird, man. More than half your shots, 80% of your shots are threes. James Harden can't shoot. I don't give a damn what people say. He cannot shoot, James Harden. He can't. That's why he misses more all the damn time. And he definitely can't shoot when it matters most. And Bradley Beal, his shooting is way overrated, overblown. My goodness. He's supposed to be a shooter. 1 for 4 from Bradley Beal. Like I said, I've never been impressed with Bradley Beal's overall game because to me, all he does is shoot. He's like a Devin Booker type player. These guys do nothing else but shoot. Their claim to fame is I can make shots. Like Kevin Durant, I can make shots. That's what it's about. No, it's not what it's about. There's also rebounding, playmaking, defense, leadership, hustle. All these things come into play in basketball. These guys don't think about this stuff. And I want you guys to think about also the plus minus for Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, and Bradley Beal. Kawhi Leonard was a negative 25 last night. Negative 25 on the court. That's zero impact. James Harden, negative 21. And Bradley Beal, negative 9. So they combined to be negative 55 between those three players. They were negative 55 with those three guys combined. That's to have zero impact, man. Like I said, they lost 129 to 108. Just an embarrassing performance from the Clippers. Just typical Clipper stuff, though, because the Clippers have been bad in my entire life. They've never been good. They're never good. They're always bad. They had some flashes. They had some, like a cup of coffee, you want to call it. I remember when Mark Jackson was there with, like, trying to think, like, Danny Manning. I want to say Danny Manning was there. And I'm trying to think, Ron Gant. Not Ron Gant. Gary Grant. Ron Gant. I think Ron Gant's a baseball player, man. Gary Grant was on the team. I'm trying to think who else on this damn team, man, on the Clippers. But they were decent, but they were never good. Never. And remember when the Clippers got Kawhi Leonard and they had like Paul George and then they had Russell Westbrook there and they had Harden, like the Clippers are gonna be the team, and it never worked out. Never works out. Remember they blew 3-1 leads before. I mean, like, it's just a nightmare for the Clippers, and more so more of the same last night for the Clippers and the Clippers organization, the Clippers fans. It's going to be another nightmare. Kawhi Leonard's load managing all year long. James Harden's going to play like 67 games, 70 games maybe. He's going to be a turnover machine. Bradley Beal's going to play maybe 50 games, maybe. Bradley Beal's on a minutes restriction. I mean, my God. These guys are wimpy. They are soft, man. They're frail. I don't even know why these guys are still playing. Like, why the hell is Bradley Beal still getting paid to play basketball? James Harden still getting paid to play basketball. Kawhi Leonard. Like, so many of these guys should have been retired already. It's absolutely laughable. Think about the big three of the Clippers. All three of them dudes should have been retired years ago. And that's their claim to fame. That's their best players. And those guys should have been retired. It's an absolute joke, man. You guys know the deal. These are the facts, man. The big three of the Clippers combined to go negative 55, 4 for 18 from the three-point line. No impact on the game. And they get blown off the court by the Utah Jazz, man. You guys know the deal. I'll catch you guys on the next one.